Okay, so we are looking at section 8.2, number 12. Okay, and so I'll go to the document camera, and we are looking at the integral. You're asked to integral 0 to pi over 12 x tangent squared 4x dx. All right. Now, if I were you on this one, and I'm not looking at the viewing example, but I'm just thinking it's not going to be, there's not a function that has as its derivative tangent squared, right? There's no, the derivative of tan is secant squared, but there's nothing like that. So I'm feeling like, and we don't know the integral of tangent squared. So I think we probably should do a trig substitution to begin with before we even start. We get to think of this as the integral from 0 to pi over 12 x times, if you look on your sheet, 1 plus tangent squared theta is equal to secant squared theta. So this is just a little recall. And tangent squared theta then would be equal to secant squared theta minus 1. And the beauty of that is we actually do know the integral of secant squared, right? It's tangent. Okay, so we can write this as secant squared theta, or not theta, 4x minus 1 dx. And we'll integrate from 0 to pi over 12. We can distribute that x out. So we have x secant squared 4x minus x dx. And so we're good to go on integrating that x. We know that's just x squared over 2. Are we any better off? The problem now is if we let secant squared 4x be our dv, then our our v is, the integral of secant squared is tangent. But, okay, so we're set. We're good. Okay, we're good. All right, so I'm going to let, this one I can handle, right? Are you okay with that? 0 to pi over 12. Split this up. And this is just x squared over 2. So this is just going to be minus x squared over 2 evaluated from 0 to pi over 12. So this is just going to be pi squared over 144 over 2, which is 288. This is minus pi squared over 288. And we just have to integrate this part. All right, so if we let u equal x, then du is just dx. And if we let dv equal secant squared 4x, then v is equal to what? 1/4, right? Because of the 4 right there. 1/4 tangent 4x. Okay, and so then this is uv, so it's going to be x times 1/4 tan 4x minus the integral of the voodoo, v du, which is going to be 1/4 tan 4x dx. Well, if you look on your sheet, the integral of the tangent is that ln, negative ln cosine. But because of this 4, you're going to have a 1/4 again, which is going to make a 1/16. So this is x over 4 tan 4x minus, what did I say? Negative ln cosine, and it's normally in absolute values, but between 0 and pi over 12, you're positive, so that's fine. Cosine 4x over 16. And then you still have this minus pi squared over 288 that you're going to need to take care of, and all of this needs to be evaluated from 0 to pi over 12. All right, let's knock this out. All right, so this is going to be, I'll go ahead and make this a plus. Is that all right? Do you see that's going to be a plus? Okay, so this is going to be pi over 12 divided by 4 is pi over 48 tan 4 times pi over 12 is the tangent of pi over 3 plus the ln of the cosine of pi over 3 divided by 16 minus, when you plug 0 in, you get 0, because this will be 0, and then the cosine of 0 is 1, and the natural log of 1 is 0. And then you have to subtract pi squared over 288. All right, tangent of pi over 3 is sine pi over 3 over cosine pi over 3. The sine of pi over 3 is the square root of 3 over 2. The cosine is 1/2, so you flip them and you get the square root of 3. So this is pi over 48 times the square root of 3 plus, all right, the cosine of pi over 3 is 1/2. And the ln of 1/2, remember we did this the other day, the ln of 1/2 is the same as the ln of 1 minus the ln of 2. So, and the ln of 1 is 0. So this is really negative ln 2 over 16 minus pi squared over 288. And really, I was thinking that this was the answer. Wow. Do you think they want a common denominator and everything, or are they good with that? You don't remember? All right, let's just try that. So we'll do square root of 3 pi do you have to do the fraction first? So the fraction, and then the square root 3, and then a pi, and then a 48, and then minus ln 2 divided by 16, and then minus pi squared, oops, over 288. Nervous? Are y'all nervous? You don't care. What do you think? Check your answer. Let's see. Fantastic. Wow. I'm good at this. That was a hard one. Yeah, they're hard. They're not so hard. I mean, I can see where you're. It's not. It's almost like the calculus isn't as bad as this part. Or did?
Yeah, it's when you get to the.
Although this one was tricky. I mean, did you understand this part? You were cool with that? Yeah, it's the thinking through all of this that takes work. Yeah.